We got a pinned link and a link in chat, and redirect should take care of you. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. We're going to dive into more New World Public Test Realm gameplay. Going to do my absolute best to give you gameplay footage of the Void Gauntlet. New World Void Gauntlet gameplay will be in this video. We know people are very, very interested in that. So we are also redirecting folks from the first stream this morning. We do talk shows every morning, and this morning we talked about New World, and those folks should be coming over anytime now. And if you like watching these past broadcasts, we greatly appreciate you supporting what we do here, both with the talk shows and the gameplay. The interest this morning in the public test realm, like first impressions, was a little bit low. I think people might be maybe a little bit more interested in just the gameplay. So we're going to do our best to showcase that right now. And I'm in the game, and it's still telling me I have 209 weapon mastery to spend, but we have maxed out Void Gauntlet Annihilation Tree, and we have ourselves spec'd and built here. We also have our attributes spent here with 300 intelligence build and constitution being not too terribly high, but also not too terribly low. Okay. Let me do this. I got to get the new chat out. Okay, there we go. So what I want to do is I would like to no, I didn't hit level 60, Takashi. You're probably joking. Yeah, I'm close to 60 on my main. This is the test run environment. You're probably that was a joke. I treated the joke as if it were real. Okay. Now, as far as I know, people are actually taking over some of the places. There was a new thing that was supposed to be happening. Where was it? There's like new enemy types and like an invasion. Do you guys remember where it is? I would like to go and look at some of these new enemy types just to see what they look like. Now, apparently out in the world also, there is supposed to be more enemy, diversity and variety as well. My sarcasm detector, yeah, it's been off. It's been off for a while. Let's get out here, and then I feel like it was somewhere in Cutlass Keys, was it not? Recover Billiams from the wreck. No, that's not it. Yeah, like Pirate Alligator. I really thought you had. It wasn't a joke. Oh, see? See? You guys, I was right. Let's get 100 likes. Let's do it. One who told the bells. I thought there was like a new, like, piratey thing somewhere. And I can't remember where it was. Let me pull up the notes on this so we can go to the right area. It was public, announcing the public test realm. Okay. The Varangian raiders have sailed down from the north. They have war camps on the beaches of First Light and Monarch's Bluff to an entire fort they've captured in Everval. Face off against fierce hewers, scouts, knights, and archers 16 to 20 as you ascertain their intentions. Okay, so there are war camps in First Light and Monarch's Bluffs. Okay. So, let's go down to... Well, no. We can go over to Monarchs and see if we can't figure out what's going on with this this enemy type and go check them out. Want to make sure and showcase that. It also says, reinforcements have arrived. Be on the lookout for new enemies scattered across, such as the Withered Swarmancer, Beetle, Lost Shaman, Pirate Alligator, Ancient Guardian, Skeleton Mage, Enhanced Corrupted Laborers. These additions will bring unique combat encounters. Okay. There are new quests. Where do you... Yeah, that's right. There was new enemy quests. Seek out Abigail Rose in the wilds of Western Everfall to get started on one of the 2 new quests. Oh, he's just... So, Everfall... Yeah, but it says in the wilds. We could do that after we go and check out what's going on the beaches. Apparently all of our sarcasm detectors are off. I'm bringing back the sarcasm brackets. Mother Ocean is going to be my new replacement for Mother. Okay. This guy says, community sends him gifts and he threatens to throw them away. This guy called me a Karen because I told you guys I didn't want a bunch of stuffed animals for my birthday, like, or in the P.O. box. Like, I told you guys what I wanted. Like, hit up my chat inboxes with, you know, with the good stuff. And instead, I got a stuffed animal. So. And this guy was like, what a Karen. I was like, don't send me a bunch of stuffed animals. I'm going to throw them out. He called me a Karen. You were having fun with... Oh, I'm not going to say that one. It's a little too close. It's a little too close. We should be able to get some tools, though. Those guys are fighting. The good stuff, that's right. No worries, Sven, no worries. Sven, I was mainly pushing back on the idea that if, like, if I cover my studio in stuffed animals, I don't want that. It was like I said, like when my mom was like collecting cows, and then every Christmas and birthday and Mother's Day, that's what she would get, is like ceramic cows. And we have friends that, like, they collect clocks. You think you need to get this game? What, the game, this game, or the game we were just talking about? Talking about New World? Do. We've really got to hoof it. He says, please do so I can play it, Snow. There you go. Playing together is better. That's for sure. People like that. There's no way that we would ever be able to hook this up and have this running. I'd have to have like 2 rigs in the living room. There's just no way. Ceramic cows, that's oddly specific. She had like shelves of like ceramic cows and like, you know what I'm saying? If you guys are tuning in and you have any questions about the New World Public Test Realm gameplay that we're putting on, feel free to ask. We're heading toward a beach that is supposed to have new enemies that have invaded it. We want to take a look and see what they look like. There's also some new quests we'll take a look at. I do have the Void Gauntlet equipped if you're interested. Apparently there's 10% faster run times. Sounds like a fair trade. Yeah, so you can play with hers if you let her play with yours. I mean, that's typically how it works, Hex. Like, come on. I don't feel like you need me to tell you this, but here we are, you know. So what you're saying is you want to start a collection of commemorative plates. No. We spent the morning defining the nature of empathy, and now we're going to go punch some goats. Life is funny. That's right. Welcome to Monarch's Bluffs. Oh, that's not fun when she's not interested, Snow. You know, or Hex. She doesn't want what you're offering. Sorry to hear that, Hex. You know, I'm sorry that we all had to see that too. That was rough. How's the day been? Yo, what's good, Damon? It's been good. It has been good. Met a lot of new people, some new subscribers, a couple new members, I think, a couple coffee orders. Solid morning, good discussions. Whoa. The trade would be you play my PC, but the PS5 gets shut off the whole day after. Oh gosh, we're having like an actual marital discussion in chat. Jiminy Christmas. I was hoping for like innuendo and like, you know, saucy stuff. Not this. Golly, stop it. Please stop it. Please stop it. Apply to a currently drawn weapon. It gives a maximal bonus to damage against corrupted. Huh. PS off means Snow on. Lights, camera, action. That's got to be on too, right? I mean, come on. Everything's content. Everything's content these days. Go to the grocery store, tweet about it. You want innuendo? I'll give you innuendo. Hex is like, oh yeah? All right. All right, buddy. Yeah, there it is. There it is. That's not exactly innuendo. That's very clear what you're talking about. Like, you guys are obviously going to have a Nerf war in your home. A blood something pistoler. Oh, we need some stuff. What's here? Going on the OnlyFans? I know a little something. I know a little something about growing a brand. I'm telling you. You got to bring in Hex. He's a stud. And you got to do it before the beard comes back. Yeah, that mustache, man. Mustache plays. Meanwhile, New World looking really nice. Cat's like, oh my, all you young kids and your dirty talk. Cat's like, I'm just trying to watch some New World. You guys are being nasty. I don't know if that's what she sounds like. The Montour Expedition. Is this Is this new or has this been here? Because they said Monarch's Bluffs. A level 24 expedition? What? Snow said, nice trees, big. Yeah, see. It's unavoidable, cat. It's unavoidable. We're in it. We're in the innuendo. We're in the end game now. We're in the innuendo game now. It's over. The open world dungeons have been there, you just haven't played them? Oh, really? What's a 24? These are not the guys we're looking for. What we're looking for are Varangian raiders. So this is not what we're looking for. I have to go do anything else in the world that is not reading this chat. Okay. So let's just peruse the coast here and see if we can't find these Varangian raiders. We need Madam. Christina being the hall monitor, being the tattletale. Whatever. No, that's fine. That's fine. We're all having a good time. We're all having a good time. No, that's fine, Christina. You're gonna go tell on us. Find the booty in New World, probably on a pirate ship. That's right. What are these guys? No. Alright, now you've made me mad. I'm literally stun locked. I can't. I'm so much stronger than these guys, but I can't do anything. I can't even heal. I was hitting the wrong button. I'm an idiot. These guys are aggressive, man. You are freaking annoying, bro. These are not the guys we're looking for. We're looking for Varangians. Alright, maybe over here. Those are elites. They can frick all the way off. Gee, Christmas. If you guys are tuning in for Public Test Realm gameplay, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am using the Void Gauntlet, if you want to know about it. We fully invested in one tree, and we are right now in Monarch's Bluffs, and we are looking for the Varangians. They're supposed to be invading the coast. I'm not seeing them. So everything we've run into thus far was already here. So we're just going to now have to run the coast north and see if there's anything along that up there. I don't know. I'm not seeing what they supposedly added. What are we testing here? Yeah, there's supposed to be new enemies in the game, and they were supposed to be here on the coast of Monarch's Bluffs, and I'm not seeing it. I mean, there are clearly pirate ships here, but I'm fairly certain this was all here before. You think they might be near the fort? Okay, well, we'll go up there. See if we can't find them. Get us those first 100 likes, guys. Appreciate the support of the channel. All the new subs if you're new and you're talking in chat. We know you're low-key jelly. Oh, of course. Everyone is. How could you not be? How could you not be low-key jealous? He just says, remember to go to live chat. Ow. I think Voidlock is a pretty strong weapon, yes. When added to a healing build, I'm very interested in what it's going to do to PvP balance. Maybe out there? Yeah, we'll go this way to get to the fort anyway. Yeah, I mean, for me, the way it's going to break down with New World Void Gauntlet gameplay, if you look at that as like its own like sort of like subject, then more than likely you're going to see its expressions in PvP be very different than its expressions in PvE. Now, PvE will have similarities, obviously. Throw down the healing, maintain healing, bust it out, get some dips, and then go back. Okay. Leveling up just by running around. When's the update coming live? So the current theory and sort of standing idea is that when the public test realm is concluded, they will shove it out as an update. Have you tried blocking with the Void Gauntlet yet? What the frick is that? Why does blocking hurt me? You think this is going to be an ongoing thing? Wait, are you talking about the game? What are we talking about? What's going to be an ongoing thing? Oh, the public test thing. And then it rolls over into the game? Yeah, I would imagine so. We get to sample the goods before the public does, you know? Or before the main game does, I guess. Oh, it's mana regen in exchange for health. All other MMOs are doing it like this, so probably? Okay. I'm not seeing any of the new enemy types here. It blocks when the blade is out, though. It restores your mana fully, but it hurts your health. I don't have a mana bar. Oh, yeah, I do. Let's put it on display. Okay, watch. See my mana go up? Think it's a fantastic thing to do? What? Sample the goods before giving it to everybody else? Yes, I agree. I think that obviously you're going to want to have more PTR servers in the future. That is crazy to get your mana back from hurting yourself. Think about how that would complement a healing build. You know what I'm saying? You do that right, that's like you're never going to have to worry about mana. Okay. Still none of the new enemy types. How exactly does the blade work? You summon it? Yeah, you summon it and then it's basically like a melee weapon. So like right now, I can just do normal shooting. So think of the life staff. Normal shooting of a projectile doesn't go very far. I summon the blade, swing, and then heavy attack. See? Done correctly, you could be immortal. Yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you, I don't think, they've captured a fort in Everfall, it says. And they're on the beaches of First Light and Monarch's Bluffs. So, I'm not seeing a fort. I mean, there's this fort. Thanks, Mama. It doesn't say anything about the Varangians, though. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I feel fine today. What? Oh, yeah, yeah. That, yeah, my heart's fine, babe. That should, we should be able to do that workout routine later.
Stop it.
I'm as healthy as a horse. There's a follow-up that I'm not going to say. Dan, I'm hung like one, too.
That's terrible.
You're the one who told me to say it. What did you think it was? What could come from that?
I don't know. I really had no idea.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. You're so adorably naive. It's so hot. Don't take my lunch. Come over here. Oh, I'll take it. That was so well played. I'm the master. We're on the hunt for new enemy types, chat. The Varangians. We're not finding them anywhere. They seem to have left. I don't know what he got. But he said it'll be in a stuffed animal. Look, he doesn't even play the game. He just walks. Oh, he just talks. That's right. No. Wait, was that one of the Beatles? Oh, yeah. The Reed Gill Beetle. I think that's new, isn't it? Yeah, I think the Beetle is a new enemy type. Maybe not. I thought I read that in the notes. Yeah, it said Withered Swarmancer, Beetle, Lost Shaman, and Pirate Alligator. Yeah, so the Beetles are new. So that's all we've managed to find then is a Beetle. We're looking for the Varangians. Oh, I'm sorry, the Varangians. The Varangians. Might be where they landed. We can check these beaches too, because this is this area and that area over there would be considered beaches, so the Varangians could be anywhere. There's ships all over the place. We'll check here. I found some of the new enemy in Western Everfall. They have a small base camp set up in the vicinity of the north of Stone Reach up in the mountains. Oh, really? All right, hang on a second. Everfall in the vicinity of Stone Reach? Okay, direct me there from Everfall Hamlet, would you? Because I want to show them off. Wait. That's it. That's one of them. That's one of the pirates. The alligator pirate. Look at him, because he's small. Look, he's got, like, stuff on his back. And he'll register... He won't register as skinnable, I don't think, will he? Hang on. Do we have a thing for tool? We don't have any tools. Hang on a minute. Weapon. Okay. Red meat and raw hide. So he does register as an actual animal, but he's small. Okay. So that's another one of the new enemy types. Stolen Shores in the Watchtower area. Oh, I can't see the locations in Everfall. That's why. So you're saying there? Alright. Thought it was a joke? No, I mean, that was one of them. Wait, was Quartermaster a new one? No, Swarmancer, Beetle, Lost Shaman, Pirate Alligator, Guardian Skeleton Mage, and Corrupted Laborers. A new Outriders broadcast is coming on November the 15th. You will not want to miss this one. We have a big update for you all. So Outriders on November the 15th at noon, they're going to do a stream. I think we're going to cover that and co-stream it if we're allowed. That's Monday. Okay, we've pretty much run the coast. So what we're going to do is we're going to beeline for that. I'd be interested in that. I'd be really interested if Outriders could get an ongoing content plan going and make the game... If they addressed game sound and content loop, I'd be thrilled. By the way, if you're new and just tuning in, you have to be a subscriber to talk in chat, but subscribing is totally free. If you're looking for New World Public Test Realm gameplay or New World Void Gauntlet gameplay, we are here for you. I'll answer any questions that you have. We're looking for the Varangian. There's a new enemy type that's supposed to be in the game, and we're heading to an area where they're reported to be seen. Well, it didn't necessarily die a horrible death, Zach Hitterman. It wasn't a live service game. It wasn't meant to go longer than about a month and a half to 2 months in my mind. They need a completely new content loop, and the game had been completely redone from a sound perspective, or no one's going to care. I do not disagree with that at all. Combat was okay, but it was really imbalanced. What was the guy that we always played as? What was his name? The, it wasn't Demolitionist, it was the ground pound stone guy. My chat's gonna get raided with this stupid name. Devastator. Yeah, the Devastator was just trash. You couldn't do anything with him late game. If you played with other people, you weren't even remotely helping. It was super annoying. Even the name's forgettable. Don't be mean, Takashi. It's not a good color on you. You're always so nice. Oh, wait, we can just take the coast. Yeah, we can just take the coast. You don't enjoy the gameplay in that game at all? Do you want to know why I'm slightly hopeful for the stream? I haven't said or done anything in an age. So, game felt like easy mode on Trickster. Mm-hmm. Telling you right now, you got to get rid of the bullet abilities in that game. You have to get rid of them. They don't work. Daddy, chill. Percentage chance they pivot to live service? Very high percentage chance. Very high percentage chance they pivot to live service. Because if you think about it, Here's what I think. Here's what I think Outriders did. Okay, Outriders built a base game that I honestly think was more focused on experimentation and data gathering. Because the way they put the data out there after their beta, the way they put their data out there, you know, even after the game was out for like a week or two. Okay. My feeling was they were studying the player base as much as they were delivering a game. And it's because I think they knew if we're going to turn this game into a live service game, it's all about, you know, 6 to 8 weeks of data gathering. And this is why I was worried, because they were having such a hard time with, you know, people's loot disappearing and stuff. And so, in light of that reality, what's being said in chat, like, Outriders 2.0. I think they looked at the Division 1, Division 2, Destiny 1 and 2, and they decided, look, make a reasonably functional, you know, MVP, minimum viable product, make something that works, right? Deliver it, and just watch and study and then deliver the real game later or in pieces. That doesn't mean to say they delivered like an incomplete product or something. Okay. Had enough. I've had it. Never picked it up because it didn't have multiplayer. What game are you talking about, Robert? Outriders didn't have multiplayer? What do you mean? Do you mean you didn't pick it up because it didn't have PvP? Drowned Mariner. I'm not seeing any new enemies here either. See, I'm not talking about new enemy types. I'm talking about the Varangians. There's supposed to be an enemy type here called Varangians. And I am not seeing them. They apparently have a fort somewhere in Everfall. Oh, you meant PvP for Outriders. I don't think PvP in Outriders would have worked. I don't think it would have worked, man. Way too much. Way too much of, like, bullet abilities and stuff. That game wasn't built for it. The abilities and skill trees and power fantasy. We're already talking about Outriders. They're going to be doing a big stream on the 15th. We'll probably co-stream it. Apparently, they say they've got some big announcements. If you're new and tuning in for New World Public Test Realm gameplay or New World Void Gauntlet gameplay, feel free to hit subscribe, ask questions in chat. We did a New World talk show this morning. We do a talk show every day, and then we roll over into gameplay. We don't just cover New World. We did cover a lot of Lost Ark. We will be covering Elden Ring and other games. Where are these Varangians? You like to fight other players with your loot? Oh, I totally get that desire, Robert, to be like, hey, I got all this loot. Let me go stomp some peeps with it. Like, I get that. Totally get that. Today we had a full discussion on streaming metrics and parenting and screen time. Yeah. Varangians? Yeah, it does sound like a Star Trek thing, doesn't it? No, it's spelled Varangian raiders have sailed from the north and carved out sections of each territory to establish a base of operations. From war camps on the beaches of First Light and Monarch's Bluffs to an entire fort that they've captured in Everfall. So we are hunting for the new enemies. Lemon meringue pie. You can leave. No, I'm serious. No, get out. I have a soft spot for Outriders, and the later patches really helped with drop rates. Dev could gear up more quickly and plus never die. Oh, Devastator could gear up. Nah. I don't know, man. I don't know, brother. So when they took this fort at Everfall, did they have to fight the Varangians? Maybe that's what happened? Is that a thing? You had to do it. You knew it was terrible. It's okay. I'll start holding coffee ransoms. I'll be like, if someone, buys coffee, we won't ban Distorted. You can save his life. Okay. All right. Well, let's fan out. Where could there be a fort? Wait, that's a war camp right there. Maybe that's one. Didn't they say war camps? From war camps. Okay, so maybe that's what we're supposed to be looking for. Yeah, there's a war camp there, but I couldn't interact with it. They're using terminology that's confusing. We need some more likes. It's a new stream. It is a new stream. Supposed to be looking for a war camp on the beach? Yeah, but we did. I mean, there's a war camp right there on the beach of First Light, but it's attached to a fort, which means it's just going to be another area I can't go into because we don't have control over it. That's not going to have any new stuff, new enemies. It's just going to be another war camp that I can't go into. I don't know, man. Apparently they have an entire fort in this area. There's a captured fort in Everfall as well. Yeah, are you talking about this? Fort Everfall? Or you mean there's a literal fort and they're in it? It's not the PvP fort. Okay, do you know where it is, Distorted? I'm trying to show people the new enemy type. You look it up? Okay. Every time someone likes, a goose is saved from the Punch a Goose Foundation. I see some tents. End of Monarchs. Isn't that new? I don't know, homie. I don't have the map memorized because it's, it's so big and there's so many different places that I've been. It's a farm. I hate geese unliked. Well, the dislikes are hidden now, so every dislike can get a goose punch and no one will know how many of you've hit it. You know, it'll be our little secret. Shockwave says, nah. F them geese. You saw it on my map? Where? Oh, that? Porta Maris War Camp. The baying wolf lopes along the shore, seeking to make enemies no more. Is that it? Did we walk through that and not even realize? Northwest of Everfall, not very far, right next to where it says Stone Reach on the map. Up here, above the Shadow Mine. Playing Gas Station Simulator? No, not right now. Reading an AMA about Punch a Goose and its structure. Obviously, if you discovered Stone Reach, that is. Stone Reach is down here. Can't wait to kill those vegetarians. I mean vegans. I mean Varangian. Sorry, I just really love meat. Well, we're trying to show off the New World Public Test Realm gameplay as well as the New World Void Gauntlet gameplay, but sadly, we're not able to show it off that much right now. We're looking for the new enemy types. PTR should have mounts. Spider-Man's finally coming to Avengers. Look at them play the game. Look at them play the game. You have to constantly switch back to live chat on mobile? They messed up Spidey's voice. Oh, so does he not sound like... Does he not sound like the guy from the main game? I remember I got really tilted here one night. I was playing off stream and I kept getting just slapped by one of those tentacles. He would not leave me alone. It was so irritating. Kept flinging stuff at me, kept knocking me down. They didn't mess it up, it's just not Yuri. don't think the Varangians are going to be here. These enemies were here before. Yeah, these are just normal. Although there is some new corrupted enemies, they said. I am really not understanding the instructions. Northwest. So maybe somewhere along here? It will be a fort, not a town. Where is it in relation to this giant fort? Fort Everfall. Fort Everfall, distorted. So, give me a bearing in relation to Fort Everfall, because I'm about to be there again. Northwest of Everfall. Not very far. Right next to where it says Stone Reach. Oh, it's next to where it says Stone Reach on the map. So, down there. How is that northwest of Everfall? That's like straight west. Here's Everfall. Oh, northwest of the settlement? So you mean like in here? Oh, wait, I think I see it. Is it this thing? Right here? Or maybe this thing. You were saying northwest of Everfall. I was thinking like go look at Everfall as a map location and go to the northwest quadrant. Okay. Give me 1 second. This might be a bad idea, but I'll be right back. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. We got closer. Sorry. I was my kids had to be very brave today. And so they were rewarded for their bravery, and I was having to hear about Frederick the Fox and Balto the Husky. They got little toys, and that's what they named them. Volk Guard Scout. Okay, this is it. This is it. So the Varangians have they have scouts, hewers, knights, and archers. There we go. Here's what they look like. Okay, so what's a timestamp there? So at 1 hour in, So we can put a timestamp there for people interested in these guys and what they look like. Here's a battle master. Okay. Here's some scouts and battle masters. Provision crate. Okay. They got lore if you want to come and read it. Best defense against me apparently is just to sit down. I couldn't hit her. It was like, Bayo Yakuta. And then I couldn't do anything to her. She just sat there for a second. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah. Yeah, I like the aesthetic. It's neat. I was gonna see if they dropped like any of their like any Varangian like armor, you know what I mean? Like if they have loot that looks like them. I find it interesting that the new enemies are in low-level places. Well, more than likely what they're going for is they want the whole world to feel like it's getting kind of a replenished, you know, feel. Okay. There's no boss. Or maybe he just respawned. Oh, there he is. Sir Ulfar the Wall. He's a phalanx. Okay. Okay. They look like Vikings. Yeah, and with a name like Ulfar, I mean, maybe they want them to be kind of Viking-esque, like the one, the master, the war master or whatever he's called. He has almost like a spiky helmet. And here's what an archer looks like. I think they're doing that just because with not as much time, I'd like to play and see the new things. It feels to me, yeah, like if you look at the battle master, he definitely has a Viking. He definitely has a Viking vibe to him. See, and then the Ulfar guy that we killed in here, he did as well. Okay, so there's a Varangian war spear. It doesn't look like it's going to look any different than spears we've already seen. Yeah. Nothing major, but it is a green, so usually they don't have a whole lot of, visual difference when they're lower ranked. But they do have their own loot, it seems. Varangians were Viking mercenaries in real life. Okay. Well, that's their aesthetic. They even have... See, this is interesting to me. This is interesting to me. That symbol, to me, on their flag, it looks like a faction symbol. And they're yellow and black. Like, what if they start introducing new factions that way, you know? Splice up the map a little bit. Like, we can defect to the Varangians and go on quests for them and be more like mercenaries. You know? Yeah, yeah. So this war camp, that's what this war camp is. Let's go check out the war camp. Go check it out. Oh. Up on the cliff to the left, there's a lady to give you the quest line. Sorry, I saw it. It was too late, Distorted. It was too late. We rolled over. We rolled over 8K subs. If you haven't subbed yet, if you're enjoying the showcase of the New World Public Test Realm gameplay or the New World Void Gauntlet gameplay, do me a favor, hit subscribe, hit like. Onward to 10K subs, baby. Onward to 10K subs. Lona's going straight up mercenary on that food. I'm so hungry. No, no, no. How did we originally get through here? Well, that'll work. Oh, here's a shaman. Okay, boy. You see what he has? Potentially a lightning staff. Okay. Can't swim in all that armor, but you can scale a cliff. Yeah, dude, yeah, yeah. Okay, the war camp's on the beach. A lightning staff would be awesome, even an air staff. The problem is they can inflate lightning in air in this game. Really? Here we go. Look. We must have walked right past this. Oh, we were up. I think we were up top when we walked past this. This is pretty dope that they're going to be doing stuff like this. If they do this kind of thing regularly, I think it'll be cool. Oh, here's a knight. I don't think we've seen a knight yet. Look at his armor. Tell me that's not faction armor. Look at his shield. Bro. Is that the Void Gauntlet? Yeah, I'm using it right now. I've spec'd into the one that's all about DPS and not support. So I can shout. Like that. I can put this on the ground. My base attack is like a short range toss that I do. I can hurt myself and get my mana back. And I can summon the blade. Perks they offer are a trap, says Hilly. I just got the game for free because of family sharing thing. Any way to make it run smooth because performance for me is crap. I don't know what system you're playing, how powerful your system is that you're playing on. There's a variety of things you could try. Set everything to medium. You know. Sir, here's another guy. Here's another mini boss. Sir Rulov the Jovial. $30.90, $5.80. My evidence. It's the book. It's the book from It Takes Two as a weapon charm. I love that when you saw it, I know you swore out loud. You were like, this. Oh, the RX 580? Yeah. It's probably your GPU, homie. That's gotta be the bottleneck on your system. Okay, so if you're tuning in for New World Public Test Realm gameplay or the New World Void Gauntlet gameplay, that's what I'm working on right now. Now, keep in mind, we have just pinpointed 2 locations where the Varangians are. Right here is a war camp, and right here is a fort. So, in Monarch's Bluffs, All right. Here's the settlement. Literally just north of the settlement, there's a war camp. And then over here in Everfall, just west of Everfall, is a fort. So if you're wanting to see the new enemy types, this is what their like flags look like. See? I have a theory that this could be a way for them to introduce new factions and disrupt, you know, map saturation. I think the Varangians look so dope, like I want their armor. You know what I mean? Like I want their armor. Like look at this guy's armor. He's like, I don't know what he's doing. Are these armor types already in the game? Thanks, Mama. Going over the skills in the two trees would be good for the VOD. We kind of did that yesterday. I'm gonna try and get to this guy so he doesn't aggro. Let's see. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. Is that armor already in the game? Or is that new armor that he's wearing? Like his helmet, his shoulder pads. Is that new armor for the Varangians, I wonder? Like when they introduce a new, you know, enemy type or something like this, will that armor then be like, you know, earnable, pursuable, farmable, whatever? If you did it, I'm done. Oh, no, you're not done. The stream yesterday was terrible, Sacrificer. Thanks, Mama. We spent 2 hours not even playing. Okay, let me see if I can get behind him. Because then I can get you a better look at him. There we go. Yeah, there's a pretty good look at him. Let's see if we can't go over here. Ah, we tried. We tried. I got a good screenshot of it, though. Let me hang on a second. So if you're new, we typically are in we're in this screen here. Hang on, let me kill this guy because I want to get that screenshot. Hang on. I'm gonna dump it in Discord. Typically we're in this scene in the mornings for like a talk show about the various games that we play, New World being one of those games. I am a Safe for Work broadcaster. So be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button if you're enjoying your time here today. We like to get those screenshots for thumbnails and stuff. There we go. Crouching makes you less noticeable. Oh, for screenshot purposes. Yeah, that could be good. This could be a good screenshot too, just like the camp flag, like that. That could be good. There we go. Enjoying the Void Gauntlet? I'm thinking it's kind of slow paced, to be honest. They had to probably make it slightly slow, right? Because it would throw the whole game off. I don't know. All right, hang on. Let's get to the settlement. I'm trying to think of what else we could do to show off in this thing. Oh, we could go talk to Abigail and get the quest. She's in Everfall out in the wilds. Isn't that what you were probably trying to... Abigail rose in the wilds of western Everfall. So... we'll go this way. We can fast travel over there, and then we can go see if we can't find her. Should be able to round this corner here and get into the settlement. Pair Void Gauntlet with the life staff. Right now I have it paired with a rapier because we were just trying to see how strong you could make it. It'd be interesting to see it paired with life staff and spec into focus instead of intelligence. This is a pretty decently distributed server, though. I mean, for what it is. I thought I visited Everfall today. I guess I didn't. Okay. We're hoofing it, boys. We should probably pair it with life staff, respec into focus, and see how strong it is, you know, by comparison. To see, like, how viable it is with life staff, you know, comparatively, right? Have you tried the other skill tree with the Gauntlet? Is the other skill tree more focused on healing and DPS? Yeah, it's focused on support, and since I'm playing by myself, there's no real reason to run it. So, Decay is all about an unblockable orb that passes through enemies. It deals 100% weapon damage, and it inflicts Disintegrate, dealing 5% weapon damage per second and reducing damage absorption by 5% for 8 seconds. It stacks up to 3 times. At max range, it transforms into a healing orb and returns healing friendlies for 20% weapon damage per second. You have it gem in the sockets now? No, I've not even done that. So the other one is more built off of support. So like I wouldn't really be able to even experiment with it. Fire a projectile that fire a projectile that tethers you to an enemy, weakening it and empowering you by 4% per second. The tether ends if the target moves beyond 15 meters. And then fire a projectile that inflicts essence rupture for 10 seconds, healing anyone that hits the target for 20% of the damage done. It does not apply to damage over time. So if, I don't know, you could be an insane healer if you ran that with a life staff. Because you could basically, like, constantly be damaging, healing, and healing. Like, you could be doing a lot for your team running both. So it as a support, in addition to a life staff, might be kind of crazy for late game dungeons and stuff. Come on. Let's get there. Got an angry goat yelling at me. Made a chart. Rapier and spear with and without int gems. Tested various attributes. Gives a good baseline. See, I like that people can do that. Because I don't like doing that kind of thing, you know what I mean? I like that I don't feel like I have to do that in this game. Are you finishing Dark Souls 3 tomorrow? That's the plan. People basically told me they're pretty confident I'll make light work of the last boss. And then we'll roll over into Sekiro. So we'll have to do, 2 streams tomorrow. Because I want the Dark Souls 3 series to end and have that finality, that last episode. And then we'll kick things off with Sekiro. So tomorrow will be all from Friday. Even the topic is going to be about Elden Ring. I don't tell my topics in advance anymore, though, because then they get sniped. Mm-hmm. Make it a real challenge then. Do it blindfolded. Still gotta beat Sekiro, but the final boss is so tough. What if the topic was about the person sniping? No. Rather than make a claim about that and have somebody, basically accuse you of being like paranoid and delusional, it's better just to like not enable them to do it, so then you don't have to worry about. No, I never got into Neo, I wonder what who'd do such a thing, says Mo. Right. We have found it easier just to, like, ignore it and just press on and create value. That's just been our approach to things. If people's brand and value is so weak that they have to, like, generate clicks and interest by, passive swipes, subtweets, or, like, literally stealing topics, then, I don't know. It's a pretty insecure way to live your life, so I don't care. Neo's one of my favorite Souls-like games, but boy, does it mess stuff up. I think I've heard that like Neo's kind of rough around the edges. Hero's final boss made me actually sit and go, I don't think I can beat this guy. I did, but it took me a few days. Sounds like somebody I'll beat in 10 tries. I'm just kidding. Like it's a challenge? I don't think you would like Neo. I don't think I would like Neo either. From the way people have described it and stuff, I think Sekiro will end up being my favorite out of the bunch until I play Elden Ring. You got to learn the different combos and stuff. Yeah, if I have to learn combos, I think that's where I would struggle. I would struggle more with that than having to adapt and, like, parry or roll or something. I don't know. You lost 2 controllers playing Neo? Ooh. You ever see Tricky Toy on Reddit? The things he did in Sekiro are insane. Yeah, I like watching the guys that do the crazy stuff. Up until Tsushima, you thought Neo had the best combat in gaming? Aha. There she is. I was thinking too, that didn't sound like kidding. Hey, you guys are the ones that talked me up. You guys are the ones that talked me up. You're like, that boss took me like, you know, a couple of days, or that boss took me like 40 tries, Lono. Y'all are the ones that talk me up. I don't do that. I don't talk myself up. Y'all do. Okay. I never talked you up, neither has Abe. Your ego's writing checks. Hey, hey. She's got a quest for me. Investigate Stonereach Keep for clues to the raiders' purpose here. Okay. There's a guy on the latest Say No to Rage video claiming that he sent proof to my mods, and my mods mocked him and called him a wuss. And he's a liar, because that didn't happen. I asked him, okay, which mods did you send it to, and how did you send it to them? Because I've never seen anybody in my Discord saying, hey, I have proof of somebody doing something that they shouldn't be doing. You know, sending death threats or whatever. Just another person on an alt account spreading lies. Like, there's no way you sent something to my mods and they called you a quote-unquote wuss. My mods don't even talk that way. Did the sheep just do that? So I just pointedly asked him. I was like, alright, well, which mods did you send it to? Now it wants me to visit Port Amaris War Camp. I'm looking for a fast travel beam in the sky. I freaking see none. Wish there was a way to show Alone of the Sir alone fight from Dark Souls 2 or have him do it. The Iron King DLC was amazing. I hate when somebody ruins a perfectly good lie asking for facts. Nobody asks the right questions. Nobody ever asks the right question. Like, is anybody going to ask the question, why is there always some brand new alt account waiting in the wings to descend on something and be like, oh yeah, we have proof? You do? That's interesting. Do you mind tweeting that proof? Mind putting that proof into a video? I don't know. If I had proof, I wouldn't be on an alt account talking about it in YouTube comments. Just so freaking desperate and pathetic. It's always the same claim, too. It's always the same claim. It's like, we have it. Okay, where is it? Oh, I'm not at liberty to share it or whatever. They always say the same thing. They have the same dadgum playbook. Create an alt account. Make a claim that you have something, and then be like, well, I'm not at liberty to show it. Okay. Anyone claiming that I called him a douchebag is likely telling the truth. Yeah, you, douchebag. Douchebag. Anytime anybody ever brought us any evidence of somebody acting nefariously, they were dealt with. We literally kicked people out of our Discord. So to act like, oh, I came to your mods with proof of a guy sending death threats and they called me a wuss. That didn't happen. Because number one, I would have seen it in the Discord and it would have been brought to my attention. So you would have had to go through my Discord to get that sent to my mods. Never happened. And if it did, we would have dealt with it. We do not allow that. We absolutely do not allow that. Testimony is proof, yeah. In a court of law it is. Let's go. Yeah, somebody tried to impersonate Teddy. Yep. Yeah. Don't you see? That should make you wonder. Nobody questions that. They're like, they were so desperate to create fake stories that they literally created a brand new account, made the name similar to one of my mods, and then went into a stream and caused a bunch of trouble. And their mods were so stupid and desperate, they screenshotted it and it was like, that account was just created. Are you literally new? Have you never moderated for a channel before in your life? So Teddy created a whole new account to go and do that. Doesn't create an alt to go in and cause trouble. Decides, I'm going to make a new account and make sure to make it the same name that I already have before I go in here and cause trouble. Nobody, but don't you see? Why would nobody question that? Why do you guys have a habit out of making up stories and lying? Like, what's the deal with that? The pattern of behavior is to make false claims, and then when those claims get proven false, you lose your mind. You like shake with rage. It's like some guy went in there and made a fake account, and then you guys latched onto it. They probably made the dadgum account. Yeah, we'd be like, that's not the real Zubair. He hasn't mentioned tacos in 45 minutes. It's not him. Language way off, Teddy. You have to understand something. A bystander wouldn't do that, right? A bystander has no dog in the fight. The only person that had a reason to create an account impersonating Teddy and going into that place and doing that, the only people that had a reason to do that were the people that accused me, because they needed to create the fog. They needed to maintain the fog of war. This idea that, you know, his community is attacking us and messing with us. And the minute you couldn't maintain that fog of war, you had to actually fabricate things. Like, how many things are they going to fabricate before you scratch your head and say, all they do is make up, they just make stuff up. Like, why is nobody questioning that? Like the recent subtweet thing. It's like no one's going to question the fact that, like, his recent video doesn't even mention you. What are you talking about? No one's being sent to mess with you. But you have your audience believing that, you know, Say No to Rage is up to it again on YouTube, attacking you. I think it was a stalker too. You give him too much credit. It wasn't. I guarantee it wasn't that guy. That guy's IP banned from Purple Hellfire. He cannot watch and create new accounts unless he did it from his phone. The dude's IP banned. We work with an admin to deal with him because he was so incessant. His attacks on the channel were so incessant that we got him IP banned from the platform. And so he could only ever screenshot and do things from mobile. Because he had to take himself off of Wi-Fi and use his mobile device just to come to the platform. Oh, it just I don't know. It just kind of cracks me up. It just kind of cracks me up. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Think about what you said. Yeah, I mean, it could have been him, Hellfire, but I don't think he's able to do that. Skill Up said slightly mean things about Battlefield. Can't wait for people to start reading about it. I don't even know what we're gonna do with it, Weez. We can't play tomorrow. Tomorrow's too full. Wouldn't VPN work to get around the IP ban? It would, but I don't think we're dealing with somebody that would do that or know how to do it. I bet you could program a bot to impersonate me. All the same jokes with different nouns and verbs substituting in. What would give it away is the lack of random pithy wisdom. Sitting a few hundred feet from a taco food truck. I hate you, Chad. I still have 2 hours until I can leave. He called it a don't buy and wait. After playing the beta, I echo those sentiments. I do too. I didn't think the beta was very good. Like, it was okay, but I was kind of like... It was rough. I had a perfectly fine time. I got annoyed with the player experience, because, like, people don't play the OBJ, or, you know... I had, like, one good game, and then I ended up on Scrub Squad, like, 4 games in a row. But there was definitely, like, lag and hit detection and clipping all over the place. It didn't feel like a polished game. Sound design was immaculate. Lighting and textures were great. But then as soon as you stopped looking at the surface and you started looking underneath the surface, you were like, this game is rough, man. What do folks expect from Call of Duty? We're talking about Battlefield. Battlefield 2042 is supposed to be like the redemption arc for the franchise. It's supposed to be like a comeback for them, because the last couple haven't done very well. Looked great, but it felt bad. Yeah. I noticed really weird, inconsistent hit detection in, like, my last game. I felt like I was shooting through people. I was like, what is going on? Those are called popcorn plants. Is she still over here? I don't understand. Where is she? Wasn't she, like, right here? Hate that comeback story. Battlefield 5 was a perfectly fine shooter. Might have been the multiplayer that didn't fare all that well. Was she lower? Is she somewhere on the map? Oh, is that... No, that's not her. That's that one. Is she in town somewhere? I'm genuinely confused. Never had an issue with Battlefield during the beta for hit detection. People are still yelling at me on Facebook for this, but Halo's flight was in way worse place with hit detection and just game balancing. I mean, I never want to say somebody's opinion is wrong, but I don't know. I saw like videos, I saw complaints, I saw forum posts about the hit detection in Battlefield 2042. I didn't see complaints about Halo Infinite hit detection. I feel like Halo Infinite hit detection was pretty reliable. I don't know, homie. I am not a Halo fanboy in any respect, and I'm not a Battlefield hater. But I felt like I was shooting through people in Battlefield. I never felt that way when I played the Infinite test. Open up the journal and check on the map. Yeah, it just says talk to Abigail Rose and then... I don't know. It doesn't... Yeah, view in map. It doesn't show her. Wait, why did that pop up? Yeah, I think we're going to co-stream the Outriders thing, King Dane, for sure. There are reports of bugs that made people immune in Battlefield. That's what you were seeing, probably. No, because they weren't immune. I would eventually hit them. Dan Hay was overseeing the next Far Cry, which is intended as a Far Cry live service project similar to Assassin's Creed Infinity. I don't know. When I was looking at the RPG elements of Far Cry recently, I wanted to play it with my wife. I was like, this would be such a fun game to play together, to like... But then she wouldn't have a character, she wouldn't be leveling. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I think a Far Cry live service could work. Why Far Cry live service? I don't know. It's becoming a successful business model, maybe. Your Discord? Yeah. Hang on. It's, how do you turn on streamer mode? Streamer mode. Enable. There we go. Streamer mode's enabled on my streaming rig, but it's not enabled on my my gaming rig. Are people looking for ongoing services in those types of games? Immortals Feeding Rising was good. It was really good. Well, I think the main issue, it's not are people looking for it. That's not really what's in question. It's will people engage with it? Nobody was looking for a battle royale, and yet the answer of will people engage with it gets a resounding yes. Right? Maybe she's over here. I'm not defending making everything live service. What I'm saying is that live service is a very successful format. And given that it's a very successful format, companies trying it out and saying, maybe we can make our game live service. Maybe our game can work as a live service game. It's not a matter of like, are people asking for it? It's a matter of, will people engage with it? If it, can it be successful? If that answer is even remote possibility of being yes, then they stand to make a lot of money. What kind of longevity are they trying to do? I don't know. They'll have to lay out how they're going to do it. I have no idea. But imagine Assassin's Creed Infinite becoming like a low-key like live service MMO where your assassin, gets all these different abilities, and then like a new era gets introduced, or like a new region gets introduced, and then you can go for, new geared weapons, new fighting styles, and continue to grow as an assassin, and you can have an assassin's guild and get like benefits of being in an assassin's guild. And like, imagine if New World, like some of the structure in New World was in an Assassin's Creed live service. I would be dope. Can you imagine having your own little assassin's guild, and you and the boys can go on missions, raids, you check in every day and see how everybody's doing, and getting stronger, getting better. I don't know, man. Far Cry is one of the few games that I wish wouldn't change formulas. There's got to be a part of them, though, that is like the last couple Far Cries have been described as like just more Far Cry. So they're like, okay, fine. Well, let's try something different. Instead of biennial releases now, they have a base game to build on. I can get that, but an actual live service. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Other than that, it's likely primarily driven by the fact that it's been a very successful business model. It's the same and we don't like it. Oh, you changed it and now it's not the same. We don't like it. That's right. Mm-hmm. Hang on, I gotta get this guy. Or this is gonna blow your socks off. I could cover what I want. This guy's like, New World, New World, New World, and he's like, want me to commentate on other things. I was like, or this is really gonna blow your socks off. I could cover what I want. If Assassin's Creed, for example, implements FOMO, then I'm out. I already have other dedicated live service games. I think there's already enough live service games on the market to justify changing single-player games into the live service. Wait, you think there's enough to justify it, Loot? Or are you saying there's too many, they shouldn't be doing it? I'm not understanding. The way you phrased it, it could read either way. I'm somewhat resident sleeper on so many franchises just going, hey, we're a BR, or hey, we're a game of service now. Well, no, I 100% get that. I 100% get that, dude. Like, to me, there is, I think, sometimes... Oh, to not justify it. I was going to say, the way the sentence read, you're saying there's too many. Well, but here's how I look at a live service dilemma. If we're gonna act like this is a dilemma, right? I don't see it as being a BR because, like, so Wheezy's saying BR. BR is a game type. Live service isn't necessarily a game type. Do you know what I'm saying? Like BR, arena shooter, tactical arena shooter. Those are game types. Live service is more of a delivery structure than a genre. Does that make sense? So I don't see a problem with somebody saying annual or biannual releases with DLC season passes. This is so close to live service that we might as well just switch over to live service and then be more consistently subsidized. Because look at what everybody's trying to do. Everybody is trying to replicate here's a game and here's our roadmap. Like, look at Far Cry as an example. Why would they make Far Cry a live service game? They have a freaking roadmap already with DLCs and add-ons. It basically is a hop, skip, and a jump away from being a live service game anyway. But it's less cohesive because the DLCs have like a theme and they're almost like mini games, right? Like there's like a Vaz Rogue game coming out. So to me, it's like they look at that and they say, well, we're already super close to being a live service game. Why don't we just tweak a couple things with delivery schedules, put it in the main game instead of like a side thing or like an offshoot thing, and then we can keep doing that. The assets are there. The world is built. The hard part's over. How many live services can UB legitimately run? I don't know. I don't know how big they are. I don't know who's in charge of all these games. I would imagine the team in charge of Division isn't going to be being like pulled off to work on Far Cry. I would imagine the guys working on Far Cry aren't going to get pulled off to work on Assassin's Creed. I would imagine that these are largely separate entities that shouldn't affect each other in the least. I'm drinking dark roast at 2 in the afternoon. I'm going to be lit up till Tuesday. That's a good question. And the real question is, how many can they run that are actually good? But you're acting like it's all the same dev. It's all the same company. It's not. It's not. Like the team running, building, and supporting Assassin's Creed Infinity isn't going to be the same team running, building, and supporting Far Cry Live Service whenever it lands. They're different. That would have been like looking at the annual release of Call of Duty and saying, how can they do that? How is it possible? They're different developers. You had Treyarch and you had Infinity Ward. That's how they did it. In this case, they don't have separate names, but they might as well have separate developer brands names because they're not the same. They would say that all the time they put into creating the huge worlds and previously only lasted a year. That's what I'm talking about. Like, think about it from an efficiency perspective. They build a giant, silly, like, elaborate map and world for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, as an example. Look at the size and scope of Odyssey. Look at the size and scope of Valhalla. And somebody's like, man, I'm seeing something here. That's an MMO map. And then look at the map size and scope of Valhalla. Areas that go up in level, enemies that go up in level, the diversity changes, the wildlife changes, the foliage changes. All of it changes. It's that. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that this is. So they're like, we're going to do that, and then that's it after a couple DLCs? We basically built the foundation for a skyscraper, and we put a 2-story house on it. Do you understand? I get that. Build a framework and build on it for several years. But when you say live service, you got it. Yeah. Type faster than that, I guess. I like it when they took a year break for Origins and Valhalla, to be honest. Assassin's Creed Origins, and then Odyssey, and then Valhalla, I think are probably some of the best Assassin's Creeds ever made. However, they learned from both Odyssey and Valhalla that ongoing content does well, and they can effectively make it because the game's already built. I think we're undervaluing how hard it is to run a live service, though. I get this argument, but continuing to support For Honor, Rainbow Six Siege, Assassin's Creed Infinity, Far Cry, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, X-Defiant, the new Ghost Recon. Wheeze, but see, your premise is built on the idea that there's like there's like a team of people that are going to get worn out supporting all those games. They're all run and supported by different facets of Ubisoft. Do you know what I mean? It's not like Dave working on the Division 2 being tired at night is going to affect Steve who's working on Assassin's Creed Infinity. Different teams, different bandwidth, different requirements of maintenance, upkeep, and deliverables. They're not even in the same room. They're not even in the same city, a lot of these people. I don't understand the premise. The premise being they're going to have a hard time. Hard time doing what exactly? They're different studios. Yeah, there's Montreal, there's Quebec, there's all of them. They're not... I don't know. This is all about... Now, I wouldn't be surprised, Wheeze, if this is what happens. They get all these up and running and the underperformers get cut. It'd be silly to act like there's not complete crossover. I don't know if there's crossover, homie. I don't know if there's crossover. The team developing new weapons and DLC and content for the Division, they have nothing to do with these games being built. They don't have anything to do with Assassin's Creed or Far Cry. I don't know where that's coming from. That's not true. That's not... Yeah, some of them are on different continents. The only thing you might be worried about, and you'd be legitimate in this concern, is that any of them that underperform are just going to get immediately canceled. Like, I'm looking at you, X-Defiant. X-Defiant will be the runt of the litter, and then they'll just cut it. They'll be like, nah, it's not performing well enough. Don't they also use a lot of the same agent support studios to do a lot of work on those titles? Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't know what their bandwidth structures look like. I don't. 15-second opinion on the Void Gauntlet. I think it's going to be really strong for well-built healers. I think it's going to be really strong. You could literally go here and go into decay and be a better and stronger healer. Like this one. It inflicts rupture for 10 seconds and it heals anybody that hits the target for 20% of their damage. Like, you add essence rupture to a healing build, I don't know. This is gonna be pretty strong. It might be a headache in PvP. UB has 18,000 employees. I didn't realize they were that big. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't understand the premise. The premise seems to be built on the idea that they're like some small studio that's going to struggle to maintain all this. They are absolutely gigantic. What the frick do you think Bungie's trying to do? Bungie's trying to do the same dadgum thing with their Amsterdam office, the expansion of their studio. They want to get into publishing. Like, UB is humongous. And it's all about bandwidth. So whatever team is assigned to Far Cry or Assassin's Creed or Division or whatever, as long as they have ample bandwidth, then they'll be fine. These games could all be great. I'm not saying they're going to struggle to maintain. I'm curious how the quality will be. Sure, but I think the quality is not going to be dependent upon the fact that they're doing too many live service games. The quality is going to be dependent upon, do they have the appropriate vision for taking the identity of Far Cry or Assassin's Creed and contextualizing that into a live service without diluting it. That, I think, is the real question. I don't think the question is like, they're going to stretch themselves too far, man. They're just going to stretch themselves. I don't think so. I don't think it's about stretching themselves too far or stretching themselves too thin. The question is, do you have the evolutionary vision to take Assassin's Creed and do it? Here's why I think they can with Assassin's Creed. They all but did it with Valhalla. You see what I'm saying? They've kind of already done it. They've proven that they can do it to a degree. Like, I'll give you an example in real life. I remember I knew what playing the drums looked like, and I could move my hands and feet in the car to songs. I knew I could play the drums. So when I sat down, it was pretty easy. People were like, I didn't know you knew how to play the drums. I was like, well, I just kind of taught myself by literally playing along with songs. They've kind of proven they can play the drums with Valhalla. Valhalla has done very well ongoing. Odyssey did pretty well ongoing. Company's going downhill? I mean, are you really looking at losses in the year 2020 and coming to the conclusion that a company's going downhill? All those losses are in 2020, bro. Who knows why those losses could have been tied to everything going on in 2020. A company that size. My New World Public Test Realm email just went out 5 minutes ago. Yeah, we messed up Nodies by streaming so much yesterday. We messed up Nodies big time. Gaming was pretty big in 2020. Right, but was UB selling anything major in 2020 is the question, Eugene. They may have suffered a bunch of loss in 2020 because of basically production with not a lot of income. Were they doing anything really? Did they launch anything major in 2020? I don't know if they did or not. See what I'm saying? Like, if you're operating in 2020 and not like launching and recouping costs, you may look terrible in 2020. You may have tons of loss in that year. Did Valhalla release in 2020? I thought it released early 2019. And they did DLC, didn't they? They did DLC. Oh, Valhalla released in November. No, you're right. Yeah, I don't know how well it did commercially. I don't know why they would have been losing that much money then. I thought Valhalla sold pretty well. Yeah, Valhalla launched November 10th of 2020. It might not have been enough all on its own to carry UB on their back, since it's an 18,000 employee company. So like the size of UB might be too big. Like Valhalla barely makes a dent because they just suffered massive loss 2020. If they delayed all those projects, then you know what I mean. Oh, yeah. Did Immortals Phoenix Rising come out in 2020? Yeah, they launched quite a bit. And those all did well. I thought Immortals did well commercially. Yeah, December 3rd of 2020, Immortals Phoenix Rising. Yeah, and Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2. No. It was Watch Dogs Legion. Watch Dogs Legion, October 2020. Immortals. Oh, Hyperscape. Hyperscape. Was Far Cry 6 wasn't 2020 though. Far Cry 6 was this year. And Far Cry 5 was 2018? Yeah, 2018. It was too many games at once. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know their internal financials and why they lost so much money in 2020. It could be that when you're a company of that scope, just, even 3 commercially successful releases aren't going to be good enough to compete with what 2020 did to some companies. I just don't know. The larger you are, the more it probably hurt. You know what I'm saying? Well, Paul put like a snapshot in the Discord of how much money they had lost in 2020. And my initial inclination was, I imagine a lot of companies lost money that year. You know what I mean? But as you guys have pointed out, they had a lot of big releases, so it's hard to know. In 2020, most studios lost money because of delays. But they didn't. They seemingly didn't have to delay anything out of 2020. Legion, Immortals Phoenix Rising, and Valhalla all launched. So what would be the reasoning? You know what I mean? What would be the reasoning for that? Those games were almost finished when they came out. Right. Even with delays, sales skyrocketed. All three of those games did well commercially. Legion, Valhalla, and Phoenix Rising did fine. Yeah, I don't think their controversy affected sales in the least. I don't think it affected sales in the least. Mm-hmm. Do. Industry experienced a 20% growth in revenue in 2020. That's nuts. That money went somewhere. 2021, they made some of it back. Yeah, I can't help, Paul, I can't help but look at that chart and see that that loss has to be something specific to 2020 that did to their structure. They're so big that even though they had 3 major titles releasing in 2020, that something happened. Like, look at that. So every year they're posting, you know, 100 or more million in, I'm assuming that's income, just revenue generation. And then for some reason in 2020, they go into the red by 120. Their net income? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. There's got to be a reason for that. It's like, fine, fine, fine. And then 2020, they're like, oh my gosh. And then after that, they're fine again. Oh, well, there's a bigger picture. Yeah, but look at the lead up, though. Look at the lead up. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. All very fine. For whatever reason, 19, they dipped. They were on a steady growth pattern from 2015 all the way to 2018. So 2019, they dip. And then for some reason in 2020, they have an insane loss. And then they bounce back the next year. As far as net income, I want to know what happened in 2020 to Ubi to have a net income loss of $124 million. That's freaking bizarre. That's bizarre. I got to schedule the AMA. We're going over to the premiere in about 30 minutes. Do they do any restructuring? That's what I'm saying. There's so many things that could explain that. Their releases were all October, December, nothing January to October. They may have had to ramp up in production. That's what I mean. You're saying the company, I mean, and the reason I zeroed in on it, and he's like, well, company's in trouble. And I was like, but that's 2020. I mean, that's not indicative of where the company is going. You know? Like, come on. Let's be fair here. Let's be fair. Like, you know, there could be reasons. Okay. So if the video premieres at 3, it's about a 30-minute video. people will be nearing the end of it at 3:25. We'll schedule this for 3:55, but we'll be over there well before that. All right. Destiny 2 community, edit the premiere. Let's add a redirect. Save. Save. Let me check and make sure it saved it. There we go. Controversy in 2019 hit him pretty hard. Yeah, I mean, it's possible that 2019 into 2020 hurt them because of the controversy. And so they didn't start making the money back until late 2020, which is why as soon as they got into the next year, they were fine. You know what I'm saying? Give me a second. I'll be right back. I got kicked for being AFK. Sorry. The kiddos are very excited about their stuff, so I keep having to hear the stories. I'm half tempted to push I'm half tempted to push the Say No to Rage story early. It seems that the interest in the public test realm waned pretty quick. You know, I think most people were interested in the Void Gauntlet, understandable. So tomorrow will be a From Software day. I've got an Elden Ring topic for you. We will finish Dark Souls 3 and then roll into Sekiro. And yeah, we did fine today covering this. Today was a perfectly fine day. Today was like a normal day. I thought maybe the public test server would pull a little bit stronger day 2, but that's fine. I wish should have probably led today with combat changes, but it felt super silly to not immediately kind of cover the public test realm. Have you seen any of the gameplay some of the bigger YouTubers posted? Gameplay of what exactly? The public test realm gameplay? AFK timer short. It's actually not that short because if you think about it, I was doing that for a while. Let's see. I was in that scene for a while. Just standing there talking to you guys. Oh, Elden Ring? No. I saw a horse do a double jump. Or I'm sorry, not a horse, a mount. I saw a mount do a double jump over fire, and I was like, okay. So it seems like the mount combat might be a little bit more involved than at least I initially thought. We've seen commentary about a variety of things. I don't want to hint at what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Because the last 2 times I've done that, we've gotten our topic sniped. So I've seen a variety of things. I got it stored away so that we can cover that and then roll over into finishing Dark Souls 3. Hey, dude, this is what you should watch. That dude that rhymes with Pill Pup. About what? His Elden Ring stuff? His video was pretty good. I like his stuff. I don't have an issue with him. I know some people do. I don't know. I need to watch gameplay, but I want to wait until you do a breakdown because there's so much I'm excited for to talk about. That they're being from Dark Souls 2 and the poise from Dark Souls 1. Topic sniped. Yeah. There was a time where like Creature cautioned me against it. He was like, don't tell people what you're going to talk about, even if it's the very next day. And because the one time I did, I mentioned like, hey guys, on Monday we're going to talk about thus and so. And like word for word, almost verbatim, what I was going to talk about. And some of the thoughts I'd already shared ended up in somebody else's video and thumbnail. So we stopped doing that. And not surprising, now when we cover something, it's not already been sniped by somebody. So now sometimes it's just going to be total convenient coincidence of like it's breaking news. So like I'm never going to act like breaking news is like original to me. But when we drill down on a specific topic and I take a certain stance and that exact topic and phrasing ends up in somebody else's video, I'm like, yeah. So it's just easier to not ever think that that's happening if you don't let people know what you're talking about or what your opinions are ahead of time. There's a new bug with the honing stone. No, I've not seen that. Yo, what's good, Torchwood? Can he hear me audio? No, he can't. I don't know, unless he's in YouTube. Tomorrow we're going to go over 7 years of patch notes and the trends that I've found. Warhammer hits 20k or 50k. It's insane. How pathetic. I mean, we are well aware and know that they have people that spy on the channel. We know they have an alert system so that, like, if we start talking about stuff, we have a spike in viewership because they get the word out. The thing that I've never understood is, how do you get people to be that loyal? Like, they're so loyal that they just, I don't know. They're okay. I guess they're okay with being lied to. Like, that's always my confusion on it. It's like, they told you this, I definitively showed you that isn't true, and you're like, that's okay. I really like them. They seem really nice. I don't know. I bet it's bots. Bots? How would they do that with bots, Ashen? Tomorrow you're going to cover how to get the DeLorean in Forza. Wink, wink. Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to talk about how Elden Ring has nunchucks. And I'm like... As long as they like and at least watch for more than 10 minutes. Well, like Zubair was saying earlier, like, I approach a situation and analyze it how I would think and process things, you know what I mean? And so when I look at it and I'm like, there was a time where I had not been sort of attacked yet. Not even privately, okay? Not even privately. Hadn't been attacked yet. And I saw big name guys that I looked up to doing things publicly that I felt like were dishonest, right? I'll give you an example. So I stopped working with G Fuel for my own reasons. I wasn't like anti-G Fuel. I wasn't like encouraging people to not order G Fuel, okay? And then all of like the G Fuel slander hit the news, and it was super, super misrepresented by countless content creators, right? And I saw really, really big name guys retweet something that was very misleading. And when it came known that article was misleading, they all just like undid their retweets and undid their likes and like brush, act like they didn't do it. Didn't make a single statement of clarification. Hey guys, I retweeted something. Turned out to be pretty inaccurate, pretty falsified, and just want to do something here on the up and up. When I saw these guys fail to do that, I was like, it 100% made me very, very cautious and skeptical around them at that point. Like, I didn't really trust them. I was like, that really lacks integrity. That's a form of dishonesty, right? So even when I was like a fan and kind of like looked up to some of these guys, when I saw them conduct business that way, eventually I was like, I don't know, you know? I think some of it is just like the fandom is just so strong, they don't even consider the other side. They don't actually go and look. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like the tribalism and the brand loyalty in any debate, right? In any debate, they don't even listen to and hear the other side. They're just sort of there to cheer for their side. You know how we've talked about that? How like, I'm not really interested in debating people about super serious subjects. I'd rather have a discussion so I can grow in my understanding of their position, because I think most people approach a debate like, if this guy is going to debate his religion against like an atheist, right? And they debate. Most people just show up, don't listen to the other side, and cheer for their side and walk away and think, our guy won. I think the same thing is probably true in this situation that's been so frustrating for me is, would you just please consider the fact that you're not being told the truth just for a second? Give me 10 minutes of your time. That's all I need. You as a supporter of this person, they have told you things hand over fist time and time again that are simply not true. Like, they don't respect you enough to even tell you the truth. They tell you something that isn't true to garner your support and to protect them like armor, and that they're using you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, how many years have you been streaming? 6 years. It'll be 7 in like March. So we're coming up on 7 years. That's what happened with that talk looking back. Yeah, that talk looking back, exactly. It was just like everybody just cheered for their own side. Even the people that supported me really disappointed me that day. Like, they were just so angry that they couldn't see that, like, I was just trying to get the dude to admit that they said things publicly that weren't true, and he did, right? Still didn't have the stones to go out into the public and correct and say, hey, we acted on secondhand information and we said things about this guy that have turned out to be false. He and his counterparts don't have the integrity or the stones to actually correct that record. They'll just let it stand. Well, I'm sorry. They'll just scrub their timelines. So, but that's all I wanted, was an honest human moment to be like, yeah, we acted on secondhand information. We took that information in good faith. And ... you then went and told the public as if it were fact and true, and added to the damage. Do you see? Like, I didn't need an apology. I needed a human moment of admission, and that's what we got. We'll be heading over to the video in 10. We'll just wait till 3 o'clock hits, because I know some people probably like set time aside to watch that premiere. I don't want to push it. I don't want to push it early. Yo, it's good, Arch Enigma. The Wii Mote was ahead of its time, super accurate for a motion controller. It actually wasn't that accurate. They added the second piece later that made it a little bit more accurate, but the Wii was actually very binary. The Wii was very binary. It was either it's moving or it's not, and then it was either it's moving fast or it's not. There wasn't a... I don't know. I would say it was ahead of its time for sure. The thumbstick on the Nintendo 64 controller was ahead of its time, and the motion control on the Wii was ahead of its time, but they weren't very accurate as motion controllers go. I remember when I played the PlayStation ones, they were better. The ones with like the glowing ball on the tip or whatever. Didn't help that the pot stir was in chat being allowed to run rampant. Well, yeah, like we were talking about this morning, you have to continue to ask, why would somebody be doing that? Throwing essentially a tantrum, in the chat. Like, just throwing a tantrum. Even when the streamer and the mods didn't want that, just came in and did it anyway. And for whatever reason, was never asked to stop. The pointer was accurate, but everything concerning swinging wasn't great until the Plus models. Yeah, the Plus models were cool. Yeah, the aiming was actually pretty dope. I remember I was playing Call of Duty with it, and I was like, this is actually pretty dope, It gets a little old, like your wrist gets tired. Because you're like going like this to be precise. It was fun, though, for a little while. Like arcadey, if there was like a game similar to, like the Time Crisis and stuff. Yeah. Those would be fun. I remember playing Mario Galaxy with my wife, and she would use the second Wii mode, and she could like grab the stars and stuff, and then like shoot them at the bad guys. That was pretty dope. Figure out the attachment that made it more accurate. Yeah. It basically just gave it a second point of contact for detecting motion, I think. You didn't get the rifle? No, I didn't get the rifle. No. I remember playing World at War on my Wii, and it was really fun. That's what pushed me to get an Xbox 360 so I could play Call of Duty World at War with my... I worked with guys at AT&T. And that was, yeah. I think she was a big reason the dude felt so off. Right? Like, I don't know. Looking back at that, Ashton, I still don't know. That whole thing was weird. The whole thing was weird. The timing of it was weird. The next day he stepped down. I was like, what? It was just odd. I don't know. There were times where I felt like he was speaking in code. You know? It was like, what are you trying to tell me? Because he even made a remark about if you end up back on purple, and he like looked into the camera. I was like, what was that? I don't know. The whole thing's weird. Whole thing, man. I got that too. I thought that was crazy. Yeah, it was almost like, do you know something? Like, do you know, is something going to happen over at Purple? And like, am I going to get my stuff back? Like, I don't know. I remember when he said that, I thought that was awfully odd. I don't know. You have this for aiming. Oculus Quest 2 and VR came out with the Wii technology. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Nintendo games are for children and hobos, but mostly children. I didn't like the Wii. All it did was get more people in my extended family talking to me about gaming when all they were doing is flapping their lips about Nintendo crap. The bowling was fun. Found out myself a few days ago he scrubbed from the... Are you serious? Are you serious, Hellfire? Not on the site anymore. How did you... Where did you go to figure that out? Like, they don't really seem like they're listing anybody there. About. You're not kidding. Would he be there on the site? Because he's a founder, Eugene. How often do you scrub a founder? Is he even named? It's not even named. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna send you guys. Okay. I don't know. It's not weird. I've worked at least 2 or 3 companies that had people still listed that were founders. And in that group, that's weird. I don't know. Not even a mention. Like, it was formally... down at the bottom, they have a history of, like, what the conference was formally called. Just not even a mention of the guy. Like, I don't know. These were the people that were the founders. They put this thing together. He was the center tent pole of it all back when it started. You have no conference. You have no pull without that guy. As a founder, it might have been his request. I don't know, man. I obviously have reasons to see that in a different light, but I'm going to just send you guys over to the premiere. It's going to premiere in like 2 minutes, all right? Remember, there's an AMA after, okay? There's an AMA after. Be respectful, be dope, be awesome. And I'll see you guys over there for the premiere and the AMA. I hope you guys enjoy the continuation of the Say No to Rage story. Thanks for supporting this channel as well. This channel's been doing great. 11 more likes for 200 likes. So smash like on your way out, and I'll see you guys over there, all right?